Hey friends, welcome to Post to Post. My name's Neil. Today we're talking about white jerseys, whether we should be wearing them at home, whether we should be wearing them on the road. What's the right decision? Is there a right decision? And what do I think? Well, what I think is kind of based on the past and the history. And I'm not talking about the original history because we're kind of living in that. Right now, if I'm not mistaken, we are currently using the same setup that the original NHL used. So dark jerseys worn at home, white jerseys worn on the road. However, my history isn't that history. When I think back to when I was watching hockey, watching the NHL in the early 90s, throughout the 90s, early 2000s, up until 2010, took a little bit of a break in the late 2000s, maybe like between 2007 and 2010, and then got back into hockey in 2010 and right up until now. So most of that time, the NHL played all of their games where the home team wore white, not dark. So my mind is just ingrained that white means home, dark means away. That's not the case anymore. They made the switch, I guess it was more than a decade ago now, that kind of going back to the roots of the NHL, where home teams wore dark and the away teams wore white. That is foreign to me, and I know that the majority of the people that watch my channel are younger than me, and I think for them, they're used to, or what's natural to them, is the current system, where home teams wear dark and away teams wear light. And that is strange to me, that people maybe don't even know, they could, based on their age, they don't know that there was a time in the NHL in the 90s and whatnot, where away was home. Even when I grew up playing hockey, I played hockey from the age of like 4, basically, till 18, pretty heavily, and then after that, not so much. But whenever I played hockey, throughout that entire span of 15 years, my team always wore white at home. We never wore dark at home. If that ever happened, it was because like the road team brought the wrong jersey or something. Like it would never be intentionally done where we would wear dark at home. That just didn't happen. So I'm of the opinion that I think the NHL should go back to the non-traditional version where white should be worn at home and dark should be worn on the road. And I'll tell you the main reason why I think that. And I don't think I'm right, by the way. Just everyone should have their own opinion and stuff. And that's actually why I'm making this video. So you can leave your opinion down below in the comment section. What do you think the NHL should do as far as, what color they should wear on the road or home or whatever. But I think the main reason for me is that as a viewer, if I'm going to the game, from that perspective, I don't really care to see my team's colors because I already know what my team's colors are. They're insert colors, they're whatever. So I don't want to see my team wear their dark jersey. I want to see them wear their white jersey. I'm still going to see their colors a little bit, but I want to see the majority of the colors from the other teams, which means I want them to wear their dark jerseys. So white jerseys at home, and the team visiting, road jerseys are the dark jerseys. That means you're going to see Nashville with the yellow. You're going to see Ottawa with the black, Montreal with the red, Toronto with the blue, Dallas with the green. The only way to see all of those colors is to literally go to a home game in Dallas, a home game in Toronto, a home game in Montreal. That's the only way that you're going to see those jerseys being worn. And how likely is it for someone to do that? What's the percentage of population that goes around North America to see those games from different cities to see different colors? Well, I don't think anyone would do that specifically to see the different colors, but I'm talking in general. 0.01 probably percent. So I don't know. I just think that from a viewer's perspective, from a fan's perspective, it's kind of nice to see the other team's colors, to see the different jerseys. If you go to a game and you'll say you're a Boston Bruin, okay, or fan, you live in Boston, you go to the Boston Bruins games all the time. So you always see the Boston Bruins currently wear their dark jersey, which is a nice jersey, it's beautiful, but you're always seeing the away team wear white. Realistically, how different are white jerseys? I've got a bunch behind me. Yeah, that's a little bit different than that one behind me, but at the end of the day, it's still the majority of the jerseys being white. So the away team is always going to look the same, for the most part. The home team, well, it's always going to look the same because it's always the dark jersey. If it was the other way around, the way that I want it, you'd get to see the Dallas green. You get to see all those colors from the dark jersey. If you've got season tickets, from a visual perspective, every game would be different. So, maybe it's a bit of a silly reason, but that is my reason. And the secondary reason, which I talked about first, was my history is the opposite of what they use now, which is what I'm describing. It's white at home, and on the road you wear dark. So I don't know. Again, I don't think I'm right. I would love to know your opinion, though. This is a conversation that I've had with friends recently, with friends long ago when they made the switch, and just, off and on. And, the water cooler at work and stuff over the past 10 years or so. The conversation has been had. I'm wondering if the NHL would ever consider going back. So leave your comments down below. Would love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Hope you guys are having a great day. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Adios.